Hello, hello, Spear here again. Classic Lotus Grand Prix on iRacing. We're just about to get to the grid here today at the Red Bull Ring. We are car number 16 of 18, and we're starting way back here in 16th place. Let's get to the grid. Now, the times people have set in qualifying are not times that I can beat. So, we'll see what's going to happen, but I don't know. We've got a blinker. Not uncommon on the grids. A lot of times when there's all the cars are together, that leads to more blinking because there's more data being sent back and forth. But that usually, once the cars stretch out, that usually goes away. What's our goal?
Green flag.
Who knows? Oh boy. What's that Marlboro car? Boy, it's so dark. It's so dark over there. I can't see the rear wings. It's just black cars. It's so dark. I don't know what time of day it is, but I was noticing that with Ben. It's just so dark in places. These cars for me just look black. But all right. The thing about Red Bull Ring
In front of you.
is,
Moving.
especially it's Ben, especially with the Lotus 79, is that there's I was just about to say there's typically a lot of buggy business, and we've just had some. So, I mean, things are going to be happening. But Ben will come back. Don't worry about that. Speedy Summers. Oh, there's somebody else off. Jim. Yeah, the gym team is not doing their best today. That's unfortunate. But oh well. That's good for me, I guess. Get some spots, but it's still early days. I can both come back. Because I do not feel like this is this is not a good track for me. And there's another guy in the pits.
1 minute 35.7.
Wow. So I don't know what's going on. That guy's still in the pit, so I don't know what he's up to. Yeah, see, I'm just falling away from these people. Ben must have damage. He is not catching up. He's actually going slower. So he must have got hit when he spun, or well, somebody maybe hit him to spin him. But we were talking about that. Ben and I practice on Mondays, this car, and we were talking about that on Monday. That in that particular corner where he spun, or got spun, that he is particularly slow there. And actually during the practice race, I almost hit him myself. So he goes a lot slower than normal. So whoever was near him maybe wasn't expecting it, or maybe just somebody just made a crazy move. That's been known to happen as well. You can never tell. Took some time off on iRacing. You may not have seen any new videos on the channel.
23.7.
Yeah, I don't like the way the car's handling. I don't know why it's handling this way. But had some, again, health issues. Boy, today. But we're here. We're ready to go. Give it our best shot. Actually, I wouldn't mind keeping those guys behind me. '14th is not a good result. 14 out of 18. But yeah, that's a bad way to take that corner, Spear. But unless there's more monkey business, 14 is not all I can expect. And frankly, when we were starting, it was like, what's my goal? I was like, oh, what? Oh.
The car in P1, just hit the fastest lap.
That's the new iRacing spotter. It tells you when the pole sitter, or P1, sets a new fast lap. Which is about the least useful information they could possibly give me.
23.4, that's the fastest lap of the session.
That's a new statement, and that is a useful, somewhat, not really, sentence. I would like to know the gaps between the cars, things like that, but maybe later.
One off course, one off course.
Yeah, see, this corner is going to be a lot of things happening. Looks like P7 came down to Sarah. He's going again. Alright, I do need to pick up the pace just a bit if I can. I don't think I can, but I need to. Because as Ben's fuel goes down, he's going to be driving faster. Ah, that's terrible. I'm not getting that corner right at all. Now we got a too shallow, too wide. I can't do it. Everybody's driving away from me. Yeah, see, so for 27 laps, you're going to hear that message. And I don't know how to get rid of it. I don't want to go to one of the other spotter systems. There are third. Oh, yeah, that's catching me in hand over foot now. I can't drive. I don't want to go to another spotter system.
You know, I see it.
Because they're. I don't think I really like them.
Clear him.
I mean, for different reasons. Either they're too confusing, they're too difficult, they're too negative. I use Crew Chief with Automobilista, because Automobilista 2 does not have a spotter. So I use Crew Chief with that, but sometimes it can be very negative. I either want it to be positive or just give me information. Other ones are too confusing / tricky. I don't know. Yeah, again, I don't know how I'm making it 27 laps. I feel like I'm about to wreck on a lot of these corners. So, do with that what you will. I'm trying to take it as carefully as possible. You see some of my lines. And car number 7 looks like he's going to try to get back up there. He keep telling me I'm setting my fastest laps. I don't know how I'm doing it, because it feels like I'm not. But I'm definitely falling behind everybody else. I don't know what's happening. I'd love to finish P13. Stop the count. How do we give up the opportunity for any additional freebies, Mike, and just keep what I got? This race is much too long. People behind me have a good chance of getting their spots back. This corner is going to be the yeah. Forget this. Yeah, I'm last. Yeah, lost all those positions. I knew it. Oh yeah, what did I say? Was it 1 lap or 2 laps ago that I know I'm gonna crash? That I can feel myself crashing every corner. Yeah, I knew it happened. I don't understand the way this car feels. We did so much practice on Monday. I don't know how many laps it did, and it just feels completely different today. It's got no grip. You feel like I'm gonna lose it everywhere.
1 minute 30. Oh goodness.
Say every. Probably lose out to Byron as well. He's pretty fast. So there you go. He lasts for speed, let's call it. I've lost so much IR in the classic Lotus 79. I do not do well in these races. Not at all.
Spin. He's on the left. On the left.
It's gonna be me spinning. Please just turn. Well, look at all those cars up there having fun.
1 minute 23.7.
Oh yeah, Byron Long, when I spun, it said he was 9.5 back. Now he's 6.8. Or whatever about that. So yeah, he's catch me hand over fist behind. So that is a, that's what we're going to see later. I don't understand, like, tires just feel like they have no grip. I can't go any slow. Oh my! I can't go any slower. I said, okay, I think I just slow down a lot, and I'm still gonna lose the rear end. I don't understand. And, I don't know how to drive this car. Yeah, I've had so many races in it, and it's and I'm rubbish. There you go.
27.
So all my times are approximately all my times that were there before. Dang it. Oh well, we're gonna have to have a talk with Ben. So each season we decide what to do. Ben decides one, I decide one, and then we decide together. Lotus 79 is Ben's choice. Oh, I can't think of anything to replace it with, so there you go. What did we do last year? The GT1. We decided on the GT1 challenge. Which, GT cars are not for me. I say this as someone who's almost no cars for him, but there you go. You like the Nissan GTP, the ZXT. That's fun to drive. It's at Nordschleife, well, Nürburgring combined this week, so that's gonna be a lot of fun. What else do I like to drive? I like driving. I don't know. Thinking of all the cars, and I'm thinking that's the only one I can think of that I like to drive. That said, there are a lot that I haven't tried. And technically, many of the cars, I'm just as rubbish in them as I am. I don't care. Stop it.
1 minute 18.9.
I'm just as rubbish in any other cars as I am in this car, so what's the point of changing? Well, I was well ahead of those guys and staying ahead of them and faster than them, and then the tires decided they didn't want to play anymore, and now I'm slower than everybody and falling behind.
1 minute 23.3. 75 left position.
Ah! Come on, Byron, I'm letting you by.
Right side.
I got nothing to race for. In last place. Alright, you can skip ahead to the end now. And there's nothing else to see. Well, I might spin between now and then, so you might want to stay for that. Oh my god. Make your day a happy one. That's something in my eye. I don't know if today was a happy day. Better than yesterday. Boy, work has been really tough. Slamming the work on me. Somebody
27 flat. Wow.
Somebody transferred to another department a while back. So they just gave me all of his work. All of his work. And my work. So that has been something.
The leader did up 1 minute 19.
I don't care what the leader did.
In the middle.
Really do not care. I don't want to hear it. I mean, it's just gonna. Now I'm getting frustrated. I get frustrated with my bad driving and listening to what the leader did. Hey, what are you gonna do? Sometimes things are frustrating. Lots of times things are frustrating in life. I was just about to talk about that at work. They gave me all that extra work. I was supposed to keep up on 2 people. I was specifically told, don't fall behind. So I'm working 12-hour days. Still having trouble keeping up. And then people want to complain. Like the people I have to deal with, I have to tell what to do. You got to do this. Those are the rules. And all they want to do is sit there and complain to me. They don't want to do it, and they want to complain. I'm like, dude, I don't make the rules. I can't change the rules. There's nothing I can do. So to sit there, it's like complaining, to a retail person. You can't. They just work there. They can't. They're not running the store. They're not setting the prices. Come on. It's complaining to anybody who's working. There's sometimes you can complain to people for something they did and they shouldn't have done, and yada yada yada. But a lot of the time you're just complaining to the wrong person. I don't know where I got from that from being. Oh yeah, I'm being frustrated in the race. The spotter and my driving, mostly my driving, but the spotter is not helping. This corner is not helping at all. But I don't know what happened to the tires. They were fine for like 4 or 5 laps, and then but I'm like, I'm just hanging on here. There they went. So I don't know what happened between Monday and Wednesday, because I'm looking at the track. It looks exactly the same. Same time of day, same temperature, same everything. So who knows? I got a blue flag.
1 minute 24.4.
Now I'm a second off from
one off port.
my earlier times. That's not bad.
The leader is coming up.
I like how people are off. People are off course. They're going off. They're coming back on, and they rejoin, and they're well ahead of me where I'll never even see them. Ah! Oh, that means I'm far behind. Yeah, see, look how people can drive way over there on the curbs and stuff. I cannot drive this car on the curbs at all. I lose complete control of it. So. I don't even want to go. I don't want to go anywhere near any curbs at all. See, he's all over the curbs there. I can't do it. The way to take this corner is get on the curbs. At Magny Cooler, I can get on the curbs. At Magny Cooler, and this curb's okay because you're going straight, and you're not, trying to brake and stuff. But on a curb where you're braking, I can't. It just does not want to work for me. Accelerating, yeah, usually. Sometimes. Just driving along normally, yes, I can do that. But as for braking, no.
Just hit the fastest lap. 1 minute 18.8.
I wonder if iRacing tests stuff before they put them out. It's, a lot of times it seems like they don't. And why would they think that anyone wanted to hear lap after lap after lap of the guy in first setting new lap times? I can't explain why that's a good idea. I don't know. Do I? No. Oh, maybe regular rate. Listen, I am not what you call neurotypical. So what I think often is definitely not what everybody else thinks. Or do I get in trouble for that? So maybe people do want to know what the leader's doing, how fast the leader's going. There's Sarah. I don't think she's coming back from that. Yeah, I've said it before, but she should probably still beat me. But maybe people do want to hear what the leader's doing. Maybe people want to hear it and say, okay, I got to aim for that. Which would be just ridiculous. You can only go as fast as you can go. Aim to go as fast as you can go. You don't need anybody else's time, do you? But no, I see a lot of people, they need other people's time, so maybe it is a thing. Maybe it is. Yes, Sarah's pitting, or yes, she's pitting. Hey, the car behind is pitting. Hey, now that is a good message. I'm telling you right now, iRacing, good job. That is a good message. I'm gonna ding your points for telling me P1 set the fastest lap, because frankly I don't care. But to tell me the car behind is pitting, that is valuable, useful information, and I much appreciate it. That is good stuff to know. I would have particularly liked any information about cars in front of me. That seems most useful. Like Ben Summers just spun and he's right and he's coming back towards you. No, I don't get anything about that. But we did get the car behind us pitting, so that's good. Good try. I mean, Rome wasn't built in a day. You don't get everything right the first try, but that P1 message just does my head.
1 minute 26.8.
I could be taking that corner a lot faster, but I don't trust the tires to make it. I don't know if Sarah came back out or if she just quit. You can tell in the upper right-hand corner, looking at the standings, if it still says pit next to her name. I think it says pit when they pit. Although if they quit the server, maybe they don't say pit anymore. I don't know. So your guess is as good as mine. Once you're a lap down, and none of the information in the black boxes are any use. It just says minus a lap. So
The race did on 1 minute 19.8.
I thought he was in the 118 before. I don't know. Oh, there's P10 of it. So I don't know if they're giving me only when he sets fastest laps or just randomly choosing to give me times. I mean, 118 must have been his qualifying time. So maybe that isn't an actual. Maybe that wasn't a. Maybe that was a fast lap. They only give me fast laps. I don't know. But iRacing's trying some new things. They should really. Yeah, you know what? They should really maybe ask people and stuff before they do stuff. I use stuff a lot there in that sentence. They should really say to people, hey, do you want the spotter to say more calls? What kind of calls do you want? And actually, they might have said, we want to know what laps, what's the fastest lap. People are often, yeah, you know, when I watch people on Twitch and do iRacing, after the race, they often go to see who did the fastest lap and what time it was. So, I mean, I guess I'm in the wrong here. Well, not the wrong. I'm in the minority that I don't really care. No offense, but I mean, I'm doing my race.
1 minute.
I'm nowhere near anybody else. I just want to see what I can do. So yeah, I'm in the minority. So actually, iRacing has done a good job for most of their members. Though I do wish they had an option to turn off that particular sentence. I don't want to turn off all of the iRacing messages, just that one. I also like to turn off chat. I don't want to see chat, but there's no way to turn off chat. So if somebody wants to be really rude to you and say rude, nasty things, you're seeing it, no matter what. There's no way to turn it off. Sure, that person might eventually get in trouble someday after their patience wears out at iRacing, but damage is done. You know, we shouldn't have to see that stuff once. Why do you want somebody to troll you? Oh well. I mean, there are a lot of quality of life things they could do, but they don't. All right, so 15th. This race is still going on for 3 days here. Got 7 more laps. Well, that's for the times. Well, I've lost a lot of time. Okay, but don't get me wrong, I've been letting people go through pretty generously. I mean, as soon as that blue flag pops up, and even behind, when I had the, what's his name came through? Yeah, I don't remember what is it, Byron. See, he's already passed everybody ahead, so he's obviously much quicker than everybody. I slowed down, I lost like 4 seconds to let him through. It's like, let him through. So I've been really generous this race, letting everybody through.
The car in P1 just after black.
See, he's an 18.5. Like the one they told me about was like 19.3, so I don't know what they're doing. Alright, so Sarah has definitely quit the race. I finally looked at that. She's not ahead of Carlos, who's been in there for a long time, so. Not a good start to the season for Sarah. Oh, Carlos is left the pits. Not a good start of the season for me either, but at least I'm getting participation out of it. Uh-oh. What's that smoke? Smoke lasts a lot longer than I should, I think. Smoke seems to happen when a car has an accident, and then it just stays there. The car drives away, but the smoke stays and stays and stays. Which I guess, smoke isn't going to follow the car, it isn't going to magically disappear. Might stay too. I don't know. I don't know what determines how much smoke there is, or how long it stays. Is it determined by how windy it is? If it's in a particularly windy day? See, there's so many unknowns in computer programs.
The car in C1. Just
Oh,
hit the
thanks.
fastest lap. 1 minute 18.5.
There's so many unknowns that you might think when you're playing any game at all. You're like, well, this would happen in real life, so it's obviously how it's happening in the game. And it's not like that at all. Or it could be completely like that. Who knows? There's no way to tell. Found that in Escape from Tarkov not too long ago.
Minute 24.
Yeah, so hilarious thing. This guy was hiding in a bush, and then he just gets killed easily. He's like, "Why is everybody seeing me and killing me? I'm hiding in a bush." Well, they were at a distance where the bush did not render for them. Like after a certain ways out, vegetation doesn't render. The game decides, "Oh, they don't need to see that bush." But the person hiding in the bush still renders. So they could see the person in the bush without the bush. So the person was just sitting there playing his day. An easy kill. So things are not always as they seem. How are these guys not catching me behind? What's going on? How is Spear so staying ahead? They'll catch me soon. My lap times don't seem too bad, but they're not. I mean, it's not like I'm 25s, 24s, 26s and stuff. But 23s are not setting the world on fire. Man, everybody's fast. Got a big old group here and then a big old gap. Yeah, so one. Oh. So this next lap will be really slow. Yeah, they're fighting. Look at them fighting. Defending. That's why they were slow to catch up to me, because they were having to defend. So when you defend, you go slower, or you're not taking the optimal line. So there's a big gap to the car behind me. Boy, look at the leader right there. He's already lapped up to P8. Probably get the next two as well, so go through P7. So only the top 6 will be on the lead lap. That's crazy. Holy mackerel, look at those 3 up there. Woo!
1 minute 27.
Something could happen. At 27, so I lost 4 seconds. Lost 4 seconds letting the 4 cars go by. Nice to know I'm in a group like that, otherwise it would have cost me a lot more. But boy, something can happen. So I might still get a freebie. You don't want anything to happen, but when you're slicing and dicing that close and that fast. If it happens on white flag, hopefully not. Hopefully they keep it clean and have a good time. You hate to have somebody lose out because somebody wrecked them. You don't want to be the wrecker or the wrecky. Feel bad either way. Well, there's a strange stretch for the tires there, where for about 10 laps they were rubbish. And then I just started driving safely and taking it easy. Who's this guy? Oh, that's the, you don't have to let me through, dude. That's the guy 6 laps down. Something like that. Yeah, he's not, he's just here for SR and participation. He's not getting anything out of that. He can't get anything out. Everybody can crash and still finish 15th, so. Alright. One more lap? I didn't hear the spotter say one more lap for the leader. He did say when there was the leader passes, when the leader passes start finish, they tell every car 2 more laps. No matter where you are. And then the leader passed white flag and they didn't say it. So who knows?
White flag.
There you go. 14. Well, still might get a freebie out of it somewhere. There are some 1 lap down cars. Heat 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. I can still get any of them. But they'd have to crash in a spectacular way for it to happen.
The car in P1 just hit the fastest lap.
The race is over and they're still telling me. Ah! And I wish they would have removed the fuel messages. They always give you fuel messages even though it's white flag and the race is ending. Like, I don't need to know that I am fitting in 2 laps. There's half a lap left in the race. So, yeah, they could have done a good job with the spotter. At some points are useful. Uh-oh. See, you don't want to have that happen. Well, he was P6 anyway. But I'm sure he would have liked to have been with him at the end. So there you go. P14 for Spear, pretty bad race. Started out alright, I didn't get freebies like I knew I would. Like I said, this track is
Yeah, that was terrible.
Yeah, it was terrible, dude. I mean, this track was known for freebies and stuff, and dodgy racing, dodgy driving, lots of incidents. And but then I spun, and that, as they say, was that. We're not even going to take it all the way around. Oh, disappointing. Oh, Barry got P3. So there you go. Hey, get your name out of there. P14. Started 16th, went up to 14th. Well, I mean, I didn't crash out. So see, look at Byron. He went all the way up to 10th. So that's why I let him by. He was just flying. Oh, yeah, pretty much what you gotta do. Let's see the start. We'll do a little replay, just one corner. Well, one moment. Well, I want to see. Hold on here. Hold on here. Remember, who is that Marlboro? Cockpit. Am I gonna be able to see who? Is it that Marlboro going really slowly? No. It must have been Holly Oberman. See, I can't see the car there. Oh, it looks like she got some wheel spin. Up. What? How? That, okay, so that's, buttons don't work. Yeah, you know what? This track has always been a little weird. I think Oh yeah, I guess you got a little wheels, but yeah, okay. Somebody jumped the start. I guess that was Byron, why he was behind so far. Let's see what happened to Ben. Bar chase. Here's Ben, minding his own business. Got a big gap in front of him. I think he's just going to slow down too much. He's going to get clobbered. Yeah. Oh, is that Ollie? Who's that in the green hat? Come on, man. Yep. Whoops. Oh yeah. Now listen, that wasn't Ben's fault. Ben was going slowly, like he knew he would be, but that move is not on. You can't try to like that. Come on. What? Oh, they're even worse. Even look how far back. Look how far back he started breaking here. Look how far back even from Sarah. That's ridiculous. Come on. You know what? You're really trying to take over two cars. Trying to overtake two cars on turn 3 on lap 1. Come on. That's not cool. And then later on, I would spin John Jarrett. He had a boo-boo. Was it lap 1 or lap 2? John is Ben's teammate for endurance racing. Well, certain endurance racing. John's trying to take it too wide. Oh, yeah. I would say John did not leave enough space. Technically, that was net code. John cut it pretty darn fine. I mean, pretty easy. He's really coming in on that angle. You know. I mean, he did leave enough space, but this is internet racing. You cannot get that. No, he's getting way. No, see, he's way too close. Oh man, they're just separated by inches in real life. So you're too close around a corner, I think, to do that move. See, look at this orange car up there is way out there, leaving a whole car space. I think John should have left more space there. I mean, that is net code. He didn't actually hit him, but then the net code causes that thing. But John should have left more space, I think. But you know, he did leave enough space in real life. Like I said, what was I talking about earlier in the race? Real life does not mean game life. And what happens in real life is not always what happens in the game. And we'll watch Sarah's end of race moment. So we're taking somebody. Oh, we're taking Holly. Way to go, Sarah. Oh, really hot. Yeah, too hot. Try and make up those spots. And next lap is the ending lap. She just got lapped by a winner. And then went smack into the wall. Boom, went through the wall. It's just going so fast, trying to make up time and lose. Kapow! Once you go through the wall, you're broken. That car appears to be not driving well. But there you have it. Well, Sarah, John, Spear. There you have it. Spear P14. Ben 11th, John 13th, Sarah 17th. Sarah did get participation, so there you go. Not a complete loss. But yeah, I'd say we all did poorly here. I think we were all hoping for more. And we all had incidents. We saw Ben with an incident. It wasn't necessarily his fault. John and Ben had more. The other thing happened to him during the race, I believe. And I had my spin, and so we all had incidents, and it could have been better. But what are you going to do? I don't know where next week is. Some reason I haven't printed out a schedule. But thanks for watching the iRacing Red Bull Ring Grand Prix on the classic Lotus 79 series. Hit that like and subscribe button if you haven't already. Check out that other video, and we'll see you next time. Zoom zone. Ooh.